Welcome to UK Voices 22. The studio lights were bright, the audience was buzzing, and the stage was set for what was supposed to be a friendly, even light-hearted, chat between two of Britain's most recognisable figures, Prince Harry and talk show host Jonathan Ross. But as the interview began, a palpable tension filled the air, replacing the planned joviality with something far more charged. The conversation, which began with polite questions about life in California and charity work, quickly descended into a heated verbal sparring match that left everyone in the room, and millions watching at home, on the edge of their seats. The burning question on everyone's mind wasn't just about what was being said, but how far it would go. Would this be the night a royal finally broke the unwritten rules of live television? The initial exchange, which seemed civil enough, was merely the calm before the storm. When Ross pivoted to a question about Harry's book and the recollection of events involving the royal family, Harry's demeanor shifted. His friendly smile vanished, replaced by a tight, unyielding expression. "My recollections are my truth," he said, his voice sharp with a defensive edge. "I'm not here to debate anyone's narrative but my own." Ross, known for his calm but persistent questioning, didn't back down. He brought up a specific detail from the book, asking if Harry felt he had been overly harsh. Harsh? Harry's laugh was sharp and dismissive. "I was a man telling my story. The narrative of my life was hijacked long before I chose to speak." The audience, which had been silent, began to stir, caught between a desire to defend their prince and the uncomfortable reality of his growing aggression. As the interview continued, Ross pushed further, touching on the public's perception of his and Meghan's recent actions. Harry's answers grew more dismissive and personal, with thinly veiled remarks about people who don't understand. The polite atmosphere shattered. The more Ross maintained his calm, the more agitated Harry became, leaning forward in his chair as if ready for a fight. The cameras captured every moment of his simmering fury, his clenched jaw, his darting eyes, the way his hands gripped the arms of his chair. It was clear this wasn't just a tough interview, it was a confrontation that was spiraling rapidly out of control. The tipping point came after Ross, with a grave expression, made a final pointed statement. "You have a voice now, Harry," Ross said, his tone no longer jovial but serious and authoritative. "But you're on my show. This isn't the palace. You are no longer a working prince." Harry's frustration boiled over. He shot back with a retort that was inaudible to most viewers, but sent a jolt through the studio. That was when Jonathan Ross, a veteran of live television, did the unthinkable. He didn't just end the segment, he stood up, took off his microphone, and with a final look of disappointment at Harry, gestured for a commercial break. The cameras cut away, just as security staff could be seen approaching the stage. The image of the empty stage and the stunned audience was a jarring end to the broadcast, leaving a gaping loop of curiosity. Had Jonathan Ross just fired Prince Harry from his own live show? The question echoed across social media, leaving the public to debate what they had just witnessed. It was a shocking conclusion that validated every promise the title had made.